What is the value proposition of Bitcoin? It fulfills all the four major categories under Aristotle's proposition for good money. What is value? It's the portability, divisibility, fungibility, and scarcity and desirability. It fulfills all those characteristics.
I would debate the scarcity, but it doesn't have any real... Money must be a commodity in and of itself before it's money. It must have actual use. No, it's not.
It is.
Okay, so you tell me, what can you do with your Bitcoins right now?
I have a Bitcoin debit card. I can go anywhere in the world and buy
spending
stuff.
That's
right.
What can you do?
But Peter, I believe
I can secure immutably for all time in history data. On a blockchain, the Bitcoin is the biggest blockchain in the world. Every 10 minutes, it's totally verified. No, yes, you do. Because otherwise, you have the ability of others to come in and change that database. Databases, you can have any database product can come along and secure data, but it's not immutable and it's not stored.
No, it has to have
secure because of the technology of proof of work.
It has to have an actual
every 10 minutes.
Apart from its
securing data is useful. Securing
what data are you securing?
Any data that you would want.
What data are you securing?
Financial data, mortgage data.
But on your personal data, if I have one
my birth certificate, my personal data, my verification of who I am. So I don't need Equifax to sell my data and lose my data and fuck my data. I can have my data on a private key and say this is me. It's immutable. It's every 10 minutes. It's verified. That's who I am. Give me my fucking money.
You don't need Bitcoin either.
Yes, you do, because it's the most secure. It's the only secure database that's ever been invented. That's the technology. You fail to understand that it's a new technology that is as profound as the printing press or the electric light bulb. You're comparing it to things that you shouldn't be comparing it to. It makes no sense. You're talking nonsense.
Yeah, this is...
Look, it's a brand new breakthrough in technology. Your kids are going to be wondering why their dad didn't see the value. They'll be like, Dad must have been on drugs because he never saw the value.
This is a cult of Bitcoin. This is your guru. This is the type of reaction that you're going to get. I mean, you might as well be Sung Young Moon or something, or just don't drink any. Let
me help you help yourself.
All right, I like it. That was, of course, Bitcoin bull Max Keiser doing what Max does best, which is making a scene, but also talking truth. Because love him, hate him, everything he said in that rant, emotional as it was accurate. Now that rant was directed towards old school investor, gold bug Peter Schiff from a conference over 2 years ago. Now the beauty of it is you can like Bitcoin and you can like gold. You can like them both. You and me, we don't have to choose. But what you can't do, and what Peter Schiff is trying to do, you can't ignore the facts, however maybe annoying some people might describe his rant, or fun, whatever you call it. You can't ignore the facts that Max is saying. If you can describe what gives gold value, you can very easily understand what gives Bitcoin value. Because not only is Bitcoin a harder form of money than gold, but Max is right. It's the most secure, immutable database that's ever been invented, and it's also public and decentralized. Now, to be fair, the only thing that we can't really prove is, will Peter Schiff's kids really be angry at their father for not investing in Bitcoin when he had all these clear signs and conversations? We'll never really know if his kids will be mad. Well, I mean, we can guess. Because if we look at Bitcoin versus gold, forget about the tech, forget about the most secure, immutable database ever been invented. Let's just talk about gains. If we look at the price of Bitcoin at the beginning of this year, compared to the price of gold per ounce at the beginning of this year, January 2019, to today, November 2019, Bitcoin is up 145% in these last 8 months. Gold, it's up 13%. But you tell me, Peter Schiff's children, if you're watching this, first off, I respect your dad. I think he's a great guy. He's wrong when it comes to Bitcoin, but he's a great guy. If you're watching this, you tell me. Let me know down below in the comments. By the way, if you're getting value from this video, give it a like. I would really appreciate it. It would really help the channel grow. Every like counts. And if you do hold Bitcoin, if you are involved in the crypto space, make sure you watch today's entire video. I have 4 major news stories. I think you're going to find this information valuable. Let's jump in. The IRS criminal investigators are looking into Bitcoin ATMs and kiosks. So basically what this boils down to is the IRS wants to make sure every Bitcoin ATM and kiosk has KYC information so they can tax you. The IRS criminal investigation chief John Fort said that regulators are looking into potential tax issues caused by Bitcoin ATMs and kiosks. I'm going to show you a map of all the ATM kiosks in the world in a second. But according to Bloomberg Law on November 15th, Fort said the IRS is collaborating with law enforcement to investigate illicit uses of new technologies like cryptocurrencies. In a direct quote, he said, talking about Bitcoin ATMs, "We're looking at those, and the ones that may or may not be connected to bank accounts. In other words, if you can walk in, put cash in, and get Bitcoin out, obviously we're interested potentially in the person using that kiosk," meaning you or me. And not only the person, but what the source of the funds are. Is it a bank account? How are they paying for that Bitcoin? And also in the operators of the kiosks. Who owns those ATMs? Now, obviously, we didn't get into Bitcoin to be regulated like this, but the IRS wouldn't be targeting these minute kiosks if it wasn't important. So they're looking to get these ATMs. They're looking into doing this. Some ATMs already have KYC conformity, but they want to put that in all of them because according to Fort, Bitcoin ATMs should be, he says they are required to abide by the same Know Your Customer, anti-money laundering regulations. And we believe some have varying levels of adherence to those regulations. So this is on the IRS criminal investigators' radar. Now, if you're wondering, are Bitcoin ATMs that big? Well, I'm going to leave this link down below in the description. This is the United States. If you want to check your country, Canada, United Kingdom, Spain, all countries, Austria, link down in the description. Check it out. But just in the United States, there's Bitcoin ATMs, Ethereum ATMs, Dash, Monero, Doge ATMs. There's 179 in, it looks like, Northern California. So they exist. Check out the link. Next piece of news. News coming from Binance and Facebook's Libra coin. If Facebook's Libra coin comes to fruition, will Binance be listing it on their exchange? Well, this information, he did a whole interview, CZ of Binance did a whole interview with Bloomberg letting you know. First, CZ addressed just regulation worldwide for crypto in general. According to CZ, he says, "I think the regulatory uncertainties still haunt us in some countries, but I think we are seeing definitely a race towards adoption now." And to back this up, we know that CZ also announced that Binance is currently working with a number of governments, with the exchange having recently signed a memorandum of understanding with Ukraine. The Malta-based exchange is also advising the nation on cryptocurrency framework, speaking about Ukraine. So he's right. Some countries are racing towards adoption pretty fast, it looks like. And then CZ addressed Facebook's Libra. Finally, the CEO of Binance was asked whether Binance will list Libra, Facebook's much anticipated digital asset, on its platform when and if it gets regulatory clearance for launch. Well, CZ responded by stating that it's difficult to assess such a situation without the actual launch having taken place. And I think that's what everybody is really looking for. Will Facebook's Libra be the same if it launched, or will it be a Libra-like substance because it's so watered down? We'll see, but will they list it? He claims that the exchange will take a closer look once it goes public. However, according to CZ, if Libra registers a substantial user base, Binance will have no choice but to list the digital asset. Just FYI, keeping you informed. Anyway, let me know what you think down below in the comments. That's the video. That's the video for today. My name's Austin. Feel free to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, join our team. We drop a video every day. You do not want to miss one. But I'll see you tomorrow.